Hey guys, Spets here, and today I'm going to be analyzing one of my ranked games that I played earlier today. I'm going to be looking at things like team fights, laning, the things I did right, things I did wrong, what I could have done in terms of build paths, things like that. And it's an exercise in improving myself and also just showing you guys what you can do and how you can analyze your own game. So without further ado, we're going to start. Actually, before that, we're going to look at my runes. So I'm playing Gangplank against a Kennen. So this is the rune page I have. It's fairly standard, just AD on marks and quints, armor on yellows, and MR on blues. This isn't like the optimized one. This is just one I picked. think I have one that's really perfect for Gangplank. There might be some things I might want to switch for this matchup. Maybe more health than armor because well, actually, Kennen does have a lot of auto attack poke too, so I could have changed my quints to something else, but it's just like a standard page, not too much. It's pretty easy to actually buy. These are fairly cheap runes overall. Masteries, this is the page I used. It looks really weird, but it's just, in my opinion, the best of all three trees. So I get CDR, 5% CDR is actually really good throughout the whole game, and it's early on in the tree, so I get that. I get some more damage and some AD, so I can become a little bit more of a threat in the mid game with Triforce and like some other things that I get. I get the standard defensive tree masteries, some block, more damage block, health regen, health, more health, and magic resist because I'm going up against Kennen, so I want the extra magic resist in lane. I also get some. This is probably where things might deviate, depending on if I'm the only tank on a team. I might go more into the defensive tree as opposed to the utility, but I really like the utility tree, especially for Gangplank and lane. I think it's really undervalued actually. So I get mana regen. This is just like an extra point. I could have done like improved recall or probably improved recall. I wouldn't go this. And this is really important. Summoner's Insight. I think it's really undervalued in the utility tree. 10% cooldown on summoner spells on things like Flash and TP, which are like 5-minute, 4-minute cooldowns. It's actually really good. I also get the biscuit and increased duration on potions. So just some things that'll help me in lane and just help me out throughout the game. So without further ado, we're gonna begin. So I got a flask and 3 biscuits. It's just really high sustain laning build. So right now I'm just gonna focus on CSing. Not too much in early laning phase. The only thing I have to worry about, I think there's a Jarvan on the other team for jungle. So I might have to worry about maybe a level 2 gank. But besides that, I'm laning really safely. Usually Gangplank has a lot of pressure early. But since I'm against Kennen and he's ranged, I can't really just go up to him and auto attack and Q him. Usually you have a lot of pressure just because of your high AD and your passive. You can actually all in people fairly easily. And I don't have Ignite either. So I don't have to worry too much. Let's focus on CSing right now. I'm deciding what I want to get right now. I just decide E just for some extra damage and move speed. If I'm getting harassed, I usually get W just in case. If I'm worried about a gank, maybe without like a. I'm trying to think. I don't know if any junglers that are common right now that would really help. Maybe Sejuani, but. So right now he's pushing, so I'm just playing safe. Let him push. It looks like bot lane got a double kill, so that's really good. Kalista snowballing against a Craven who is behind is actually really good. Can be a very volatile lane. So we'll keep farming. I try to save my Q for the ranged creeps because they're farther away and I can't really walk up to them against a cannon or take too much harass. So I auto attack the ones in front, the melee minions, and I try to Q the ones in the back so I can get as much CS as possible. I'll do my best to CS under tower, but I'm getting pressured a lot. He's actually taking a lot of damage too. I should have walked up to that ranged minion up there. I'm being a little too afraid sometimes. I shouldn't have E'd there as well. Like, there's a cast animation on it, so it kind of slows me down when I try to go up to a CS. So I should have just like walked up to it and killed it. I just wanted the extra AD, which is just something I should just look at next time. It's not that big of a deal though. So he's really laying down the hurt. That's why I got a level 2 into remove scurvy, so I can heal up after a while. It's actually really people underestimate how much you can get out of remove scurvy, the heal. If you're having a tough time in lane, just get a few points in it. I usually get like 2, maybe 3 if I'm having a tough lane. But you don't need to get too much. If you want, you can just max it, but you lose out on the utility and damage from E and like the gold from Q. Again, I missed a cannon. I shouldn't miss those. Again, like I used my E and it slowed me down where I could have gotten a CS. Right now, okay, it looks like bot lane are fighting. And what is Draven doing? I cannot tell. Okay, so he got ganked, yeah, so he probably didn't have flash. And he was just in a bad position. So yeah, Kennen's pretty annoying to lane against. I have my Q to farm, but a lot of melee champions have problems with him. So right now, just playing safe. It looks like Fiddle wants to do Dragon. It's a good idea to always look at the minimap. But you'll see in this game, I don't look at it as often as I should, and it doesn't turn as bad as it could, but it's the potential of like what could happen is really bad. So I just want enough so I can get a phage. I'm thinking of backing, but I notice I'm not there yet. I miss a CS. I could have probably had it. Yeah, I would have had it right there. So I'm missing quite a lot. I'm low on mana though. So next time, like an adjustment that I would make is probably go 2 biscuits into a mana pot. It's because my health is actually, like, it's full right now, right? And even if it isn't full, a mana pot will give me enough mana to get, to use remove scurvy from our health too, so this Kennen's actually not trading the greatest. He was autoing me and like getting hit by ranged minions the whole time. So I want to make sure okay. So instead I just like, whatever. I decided to ult the whole wave. Kennen got like scared. But I just wanted to clear the wave so I can back without losing any minions. It's kind of greedy since I could have helped another lane with that. Possibly bot lane. So I'm going to get Phage. I recommend Phage over Sheen. Especially in a lane where it's like this. Kennen has the potential to burst you down if he knows how to do it. Like if he works with his passive well and uses ult well, like he does a lot of damage. I think he might be maxing W this game though. So he probably won't have the kill potential on me. So use E to get back in lane. So right here, notice this. I immediately teleport. This might seem like what are you doing? Like, shouldn't you assess the situation? But if you notice, if you watch like pros play, either in LCS or just in solo queue, it's better to teleport and have to cancel than teleport and teleport and cancel, or not teleport at all and wait and risk losing your teammates' lives and having a lost fight on bottom. If let's say this Jarvan was 6, which is, it might be possible. I don't know how fast you can get 6 with Jarvan at this point in the game, but if he had 6, he could have easily killed Morgana, and that would have turned this lane around to a point where they will have the pressure on our bot lane. And the thing is, if they're strong, they will take the pressure off my lane, so I can farm mid lane. So she's really aggressive mid. You like see this? She's like, you see this? Sorry, I don't know if you guys can see, but she's past the minion wave and looks like she's being really aggressive. And that's because our bot lane is taking so much pressure off of us. So I TP just in case. Now, if you look at this, it looks like she got away already, right? So I just stopped. That's fine. If I knew, if I noticed how much Ren stacks that Leona had, let me check just to be sure. 1 moment. Okay, there we go. So I might, yeah. If I teleported in and if she didn't have flash, I would have killed her. I would have flash queued, but I also would have lost all these minions. So I just canceled it. It looked like Morgana didn't have enough health and mana. But yeah, just teleport preemptively if you're really worried. Don't be afraid about it. So this Fiddle wants me to go to Iceborne. I'm gonna do something this game. I'm gonna go Triforce. Obviously, I already have a Phage. Iceborne can be good, but we're against a double EP. Like, that's not really worth it. I'd rather get extra health and the utility and damage from Triforce. And you'll see later, it allows me to do some really cool things if I get Triforced over Iceborne that other champions would not be able to do. So just CS for now. I don't have my ultimate. 10 seconds on that right now. I'm gonna get a deep ward just so I have more time to see Jarvan. He's pushing the lane, which I'm not really sure. It looks like he wants to pressure another lane. Okay, so yeah, whenever someone pushes the lane, like just randomly like that, when they can just zone you, it usually means they're trying to pressure like a jungle camp or like maybe your topside red for against your jungler. So you have to be aware of that. But what actually he's doing, he sees that bot lane's fighting, and it's smart of him actually. And I should have noticed that too. I should be looking right now, and I haven't. So let's turn it back. Let's see. So right now it looks just like this is just a gank, right? Just a gank. Okay, it looks like they're really okay. You see Orianna. Right now I should look. So at 51 seconds, I should be looking. It doesn't take that much focus to just CS. I should be looking. 10 seconds before I actually look over there. You see how big of a difference it would have been? Right now, you see I ult, but it's kind of late. And I have a decent placed ultimate. It's right on try where it zones everyone. They have to run through it. And they get low. But imagine if I looked there beforehand. I don't have TP advantage, so I have to be aware of my team. So I can at least help with an ultimate, right? Kennen TP, so that like I'm kind of worried at this point. Like I had a late ultimate. Looks like Kennen gets a kill. Gets killed though, so that's good. And he gets another assist. So it looks like Ari got a double kill and Leona got a double kill. So it ended up being fine. But if Kennen teleported just like 5 seconds earlier, he could have maybe turned that fight, and that would have been really bad. That Morgana had a good ultimate though, so that might have saved them, but it could have been really bad. So right now we won that trade just because Leona got the 2 kills as opposed to our Ari. So I'd rather have an Ari get the kills instead of Leona. So I'm gonna pressure this tower. Kennen loses all the CS. He gets a kill and an assist, but overall I think I won simply because my team is stronger. I'm not as strong as him, but my team is stronger. So I got a lot of damage on this tower. I'm thinking of maybe pushing another wave, but I think it's a little too late. He'll be back in time. So right now we're in a decent position. We're not that far ahead, but we are ahead. Our bot lane's pretty strong. Jarvan's coming up to gank. That's why I have that deep reward. If I maybe would have saw him too late, maybe if I put it in this brush down here, not the try one, but the other one in the river, he might have been able to gank me. So I get a Sheen second. I want to make sure to get that Triforce. It gives me a lot of strength. It's not as good as, like, let's say a Corki with Triforce or an Ezreal with Triforce, but it's fairly powerful. So right now I have TP and I almost have ultimate. So I'm in a good position to help my team. Looks like there's a gank mid. Jarvan goes in really deep, it looks like. Oh, where did he disappear to? I guess he backed out. Okay, so I should be trying to get as much CS as possible. Going for that one up top first. And I missed like 3, maybe 4, I think. So right now I should be looking mid, right now. I'm a little too focused on my own lane, which is fine, but when I have TP and I have my ultimate up, I should be looking around the map. Right now my TPs won't be that useful, but my ults will be. So I should really keep an eye on the map. Like right now I should be looking mid. That's something that I really noticed. Good thing that they did it themselves. Ahri's pretty strong right now. bot lane's winning pretty hard, so they're able to pressure it up, and Morgana's roaming. They're gonna get mid tower. This Kennen's, he's slow. Like, that's the thing with Gangplank. He has the pressure around the map with his ultimate, so he slowly accrues more gold than you usually, so long as he uses ultimate well. I could have even gone like, here, one moment. So they're about to come up, but I could have gone like maybe Ignite and still might have had more pressure. I think TP is the right decision though in most cases, because it's kind of hard to kill a Kennen lane as Gangplank. You don't have that much crowd control. But yeah, so he slowly accrues more and more gold because of the assists he gets and kills he gets with his ultimate and the Q gold he gets. I haven't been really good about farming, but it's something to keep in mind. So right now they're coming up to gank him, and I try to slow him down. This is actually a really bad ultimate. Try to slow him down so they can come up, because I'm pretty sure he has a ward in the river. But either way, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna push up the lane and we're gonna get the tower. We have 3 plus me, so Callista's holding mid. Bot tower is in no immediate threat. It does take some damage, but it's not a big deal. And Ari sees Jarvan here, so I try to go help her. I'm taking tower right now, so I have to back out. I probably didn't need to flash there. We'll let this roll out. Oops. So we get a double kill. Well, Morgana gets a double kill, but let's go back a bit. So I was worried. This was like just a light reaction to Jarvan EQ, and I was worried that I was going to get knocked up, get stunned by Kennen, and die. But I didn't see the black shield, and I didn't see that. I just basically reacted slowly. I would have been fine either way. So just being more aware of what's going on is something that I learned from that. So right now, it looks like they're going to pressure Dragon. And I have my TP up, so I'm going to, you'll see. So it's just Leona and Draven, it looks like. But I think there's someone else there. Okay, so yeah. Orianna's in the back, but she has no mana. So this is the problem with trying to do Dragon without a jungler. You don't have that pressure of smite. And I just walk in, Q it. Right here, I can either decide to walk away, and I thought she would be walking away with me, but she tries to go aggressive, and it would have been a good decision if I was helping her. I probably should have helped her, maybe zone, because they're low on mana, and Orianna without mana is kind of useless. She does have her auto attacks, which are decent, but I could have pressured and helped her out. So I either should have went in full with her, or backed out immediately and not given up this kill. So I headed the wrong way, and I get cut off by Jarvan. I should have maybe headed down into their jungle and around. I was kind of just like, it's just something that you need to look at your decisions and like how you could have done better. I think if I helped her, we could have maybe killed Draven. He did have heal, but still. We're still pretty far ahead right now. I think we have 2 dragons. They maybe have, I don't know if they even have a dragon yet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've gotten the 2 dragons so far. So I'm probably gonna lose this tower top lane. It's not a big deal. It's pretty late in the game. I have my ultimate up, so I'm gonna look around the map. My team is pressuring mid. I'll lose a few minions, but again, no big deal. Still get quite a lot here. I notice Ari pings, but I want to help her, but at the same time, there's a lot of minions coming, and I'm gonna lose all this. Like, I'm gonna lose this for the possibility of maybe getting a kill. It's very unlikely that we get a kill on Kennen, unless he just does something really stupid. So if you guys noticed, something I should, like, again, I should be looking at the mini map. Like, it's not that hard to see it. So you see Morgana is going to contest the red by herself. Not the smartest idea, but she does go in and actually kills Jarvan because she has some AP. I'm pretty sure she has a good amount of AP. And I kind of panic ult. She gets pulled in by Callista. You can see on the mini-map. And it looks like she goes back in? She could have directed herself away and survived. I don't know, that was a little weird. So I head down. I push top lane a little in. And I don't want them to take mid. One thing I noticed though, that they're not on the same page. Like, Draven's heading bottom right now, while Kennen is still mid. I think if Kennen went much earlier, he would have helped out quite a lot. So Ahri is fighting with Draven. Kennen TPs. This is right here. I was really worried that he was going to TP behind him. I noticed it was at the tower. I'm like, not the greatest of TPs. I think he was waiting the lightning rush, but still not the greatest of ultimates. Fiddle dies because I don't think it probably doesn't have flash. I'm trying to zone Draven away. And right now I should have headed to the right. I was worried that maybe they would have came back towards me, but I mean, what are they gonna do to like against me? There's a Draven with no boots. He's not gonna chase me down very quickly. And a Jarvan that's jungle and probably behind, and a Kennen with no ultimate. So I should have headed to the right, or that, or I should have at least looked and then went. So right here, Leona's about to die. I'm not gonna take it from her. It's much more valuable on a Callista than on a Gangplank. I know Jarvan's here because there's, unless he goes into the tower, he has nowhere to go. Q him. I'm out. Morgana instant kills him. Sadly, Callista died. I think she could have just backed up and we would have killed him. But it's okay. She misses binding, so we can't kill her. I'm pretty sure we can't kill her either way. She might have ultimate at this point. So we're just waiting. Maybe she'll farm this, but we see that she's not coming, so I'm just going to farm it myself. Okay, at this point, let me see what I'm going to get. So if you look at my move speed right now, 385 without boots. It might seem weird to not have boots for this long, but that's part of the reason why I like not getting an Iceborne. You just get Triforce, and if you have more points in your E, you can be just as fast as almost any champion in this game especially. I'm pretty sure I'm faster than everyone at this point. So I was taking a really long time, like you notice. I'm like, oh, what do I buy? I don't have enough gold for anything really useful, unless I get boots and like something else. But I decided not to go boots. While that's happening, they're fighting. They do end up getting a double kill, which is just fine. But if I maybe was looking earlier, could have been able to help. They had a decent ultimate, but let's see if he gets the kill. I think he might get this kill. Okay, so they get the kill. So I get 2 assists, which is good. Or did I get 2? No, I don't think I only got 1 assist. That's unfortunate. So something to look at, maybe decide on what you want to buy earlier. I just didn't have enough gold. I got more gold just off of that assist, so that was helpful. Let's see. What are they planning? So they're trying to pressure mid. I'm just gonna farm. Nothing to do really right now. I have no ultimate. Right now it's kind of hard to push in against their team. They have pretty good wave clear with Orianna. My team is kind of just like farming at this point. This is kind of like just solo queue in general. Things aren't as organized. But we see top lane is being pressured by minions, so we're heading over there. I think we could take this though. I noticed that Fiddle is just farming his own thing. I think regardless of whether or not Fiddle was farming, if we pushed the minion wave fast enough, we could have maybe gotten this. Actually, no, I take that back. If Kennen has ultimate, we probably couldn't. So we should really back up. Fiddle has like no mana at this point. That's one thing I also noticed, that I don't pay attention enough to my teammates' like resources, so like their mana or health at times. So right here I see him get binded, and this ultimate isn't necessarily just to get a kill or an initiate a fight, but I'm just trying to like put as much damage as possible on their team so we can maybe get a free tower. In hindsight, it wasn't the greatest ultimate, and it actually like it kind of like signaled to my team that maybe I wanted to initiate a fight, which I actually didn't. Um, maybe if Ari got that charm right there, it would have been good. But right here, we get counter initiated with a Leona ultimate that hit all of us. Not a stun, but a slow. And an Orion ultimate, which was actually really good. If this Kennen flash ulted on top of me and RA, we could have maybe killed us all. So we lose 2 people, and I die here as well. So if you notice, just a very minor thing, but okay. So about to start a fight. He got binded, but it's Jarvan, and he's fairly tanky at this point. If we got that charm, that would have been good. We got a pick, or done, and we just have more pressure on them. We might be able to get a tower. The thing is, Draven is here. That's why I was kind of forced to try to get something done, get some damage on with my ult, because Draven's going to take that tower, either TP or I make something happen. That's the thing. So I kind of felt forced to do that. In hindsight, it wasn't the greatest, and we get 3 men ulted. Fiddle ults in, but he gets exhausted and has no mana to use anything else. He was really low too. One other thing, sorry. I flash out here, but I also use remove scurvy to remove a slow when I was already out of the fight. It's kind of more like a panic use of it, and later on you'll see right here, I get stun locked, and where I could have gotten 2 kills, I just die. It's because I can't use remove scurvy. So just something to keep in mind. Make use of your abilities to their fullest. Remove scurvy is a really good ability if you know how to use it. So again, I was talking about how if we got that charm, we would have just gotten a pick and it would have been fine. She was just out of range though. I think maybe she didn't have enough time to get another ult off, but she should have probably waited to charm because she was definitely out of range. Okay, so right now I'm just waiting to get back up. Nothing to really buy, so I'm going to head over. I need to farm up. I'm kind of behind in farm. So I'm just telling them I need to go farm and pressure. They want to contest. Like right here, it's not a good idea. I don't have ultimate. I do have TP, but Gangplank without his ultimate isn't the greatest. It's a good thing that they don't go for... I really don't know why. Maybe they were afraid Kennen... Because Kennen didn't have ultimate either. He probably needs to go back and buy it too. I could be wrong though. No, yeah. I think he already went to buy. Maybe they just wanted to get vision and dragon area. So Kennen pressures mid. Probably going to get that tower. Depends how low it is. Okay. Maybe not. Fiddle's on the right side, so I'm just trying to pressure, but right now I notice just like the build I went, maybe if I went Ravenous Hydra early, which I don't like to go, to be honest. I want to get one of the Sheen type items in Gangplank first, just because of how useful it is on him. But Ravenous Hydra or maybe like a Static Shiv would have helped me push and pressure more. So right now there's like 2, maybe 3 in the top side. I can't pressure, but at the same time my team can't pressure because Fiddle went back. So that's kind of the problem with solo queue. It's hard to decide what's the right thing. Just keep an eye on the map. Like, if I wasn't looking at the map, I would just try to push and be like, oh, why isn't my team helping? Or like, why isn't my team pressuring mid? But really, Fiddle wasn't there, and if I died, I had no one to blame but myself. So just keep an eye on the map when you're split pushing. See where everyone is. Kennen probably has a ward in that bush. So, okay, they're formatting mid, but I think it's just because Oriana wasn't even there. Maybe I think they had a chance to pressure there. Right now, I'm okay with this. I just want to have some farm. Catch up a bit. Morgana at the back too. I don't know if she had low mana. Let's see. So right now it's just kind of like a lull. Not doing much. Some people need to farm up. I don't know if there's a certain spike. I'm pretty sure Fiddle has his Zonias, no? I could be wrong. Maybe that's why he's farming. Okay, so I noticed there's a large wave on bottom. They're not heading there. So there's 3 mid and 1 top. Okay, so Jarvan goes. I don't think that should be the person that goes. So they want to clear Vision and Baron because it's kind of hard to push on them with an Oriana. I think we could have maybe pressured mid. Probably not. So we're just trying to get Vision and maybe bait. So right here, trying to get a pick. We see Kennen, but he's too quick. I kind of, I'm trying to think, why did I ult there? Okay, so that, like, ulting in that area would be fine, but I would need my teammates to follow up, so that was kind of a wasted ultimate right there. We kind of just, like, keep going in, though. This is actually a pretty good ultimate by Morgana. So she QSs, Zanya's at the last second. Here, I have to also show you another thing. Something that's really greedy by me. I don't really know why Oriana is so low. She has no mana and health. I know why Leona was low. She was in the front, but... So I see her low, and I flash Q. I am lucky. I don't know if this is... I think this is a crit, or just a... It might be a Triforce proc. That looks like a Triforce proc. I would have to see her health, or I mean her armor, but that could have been, if this was just a crit and I got lucky, that would have been really dangerous flashing in. I don't have an ultimate, and our backline is getting dove. But at this point, they don't have any summoners. We can go in and clean up. See, Draven was out on the side. I don't know if he was trying to get something done with a flank. I don't know what he was doing. I can just poke him down. He doesn't have crit, so I shouldn't be that worried. But I don't have any armor either, so. So we get a free tower mid. At this point, we should go and prep for dragon, get some vision there. I go to check red, get some advantage. It's not there. I think maybe I should go back, but I check and I don't have enough for IE. And I don't want to go back because it's kind of a waste just going back, buying one item, and then, I don't know, wasting the time walking back out. So I was originally going to go to Gromp, and then I see this. Usually you don't want to get Scuttle Crab unless you know when Dragon is, and you can do it like as Dragon is coming up. So you can get that movement speed and vision that it offers. And right here, I back out because maybe they have a ward there. Kennen was approaching me, so I just recall here. So I have TP. I have ult. I don't have flash. That greedy flash was kind of... I think it was fine. We got a kill, but she had no mana and health, so she was kind of useless at that point. I was originally going to IE, but I noticed Draven's starting to get some items, so I decided instead to get a Warden's Mail. Be a little bit more durable, especially since we don't have a tank. And now people are just farming. Let's look around the map. Ari's getting blue. I should be top lane right now. Yeah, that was probably a mistake. So right now we missed a binding on Leona. We should probably just back up. She lost some health. It's okay. Double ward because we're amazing. Yeah, okay. So no, going top lane probably wouldn't have been a great idea. So this is great. She gets a great binding, and we follow up instant kill Kennen. This is great. But now Kalista gets caught and instant dies. Right here, I ulted because I wanted to zone them out of the fight, but it was a little too late. She died. At this point, we should disengage. Let me see what the health values are at. Yeah, we should disengage. We're just lower in general. We should not fight this. My ult, like, this is the problem with certain ultimates like Silver Ultimate or especially like things like Gangplank or Rumble Ultimate. People always think you have to fight when it's used. I often use my ultimate for the damage, but also just for the zoning. It's a huge AoE of slow and damage. If they want to walk in and fight, sure, they can fight. But I just use it. I use it as a disengage, and they don't decide to go in when it wasn't the greatest idea. I think it was who's this guy? I think yeah. So he got Orianna low, but I couldn't follow up in there as a melee. And here I was pretty sad. I got locked up. She flashed, exhausted, and I burned heal, Draven's heal, but I ended up dying. And another thing to notice. So right back to the beginning of the fight. Here, let's start. Okay. So everything happens. Kalista dies. Kennen dies. Okay. And I use remove scurvy on the stun. It's not a bad use of it. I mean, I wanted to get it off me immediately. But they didn't have a way to engage on me, especially through my ultimate. So I should have just saved it. And right here, I'm pressuring Draven. He doesn't have a chance of fighting me. I mean, I have a Warden's Mail. I have more damage than him. But right here, I could have used it when I was getting locked down, and I would have maybe killed the Draven. Probably not with the exhaust on me, but I would have had more of a chance. So right now, something that I need to, like, again, fix is being aware of what happened. I really don't know how... Let me see. I know how Kalista died and how Fiddle died, but Morgana, I guess it was just like she tried to go in and help Fiddle, and that was the problem. I had to zone Draven because I don't want him... Even if he's not that huge of a threat right now, I don't want him to become a threat. So I'm trying to zone him out. I don't think that was a good idea to fight at all, so... So he, like, Fiddle is talking about how he wants to initiate, but he's not. Fiddle isn't the greatest initiate unless they don't have vision on you. I think they might have had vision on him. So I don't know. He's just getting angry, and I'm like wondering, why are you blowing up when you have Zion? It's just the fight we shouldn't have fought. Luckily, Ari got a return to kill because Draven couldn't dodge the charm. So she's playing well right now. Okay, so Dragon's at 33 minutes. Like, you aren't allowing me to play my... So yeah, Fiddle's just getting mad. At this point, I want to type something like, what are you talking about? But you should learn after playing or just interacting with people, when they're mad, just let them simmer down. I've learned that through playing this game a good amount. Just try to don't agitate the person more. Just play the game, and eventually they'll calm down. So I just go on to farm. I have TP. I have ultimate in a bit and flash as well, so it's good. I'm pretty sure I'm ahead of Kennen in overall items. Especially once I get my IE, I'll probably be stronger in terms of just like what I can do as an individual, but he'll probably still be stronger in team fights. So the good thing is that he hasn't been allowed to go like that full damage Kennen build, which absolutely destroys fights. So he's had to go more utility with his broad allies. So right here, so just something to note. Right now, there's no reason to look at the map immediately. My team is grouped, and now that I see Kennen and everyone down there, I should immediately look. So it's 28-25. I should be looking. Okay, so it only takes me 3 seconds. That's not bad. I could have done a better job there, but again, I was just distracted. Right now, you'll see what happens. My backline gets initiated on. Kennen actually didn't use his ultimate on anything. He might have gotten one proc on Morgana. Morgana got pulled out thanks to Kalista. And now she's just going to try to ult. I TP in. Here, I'll show you. So I TP in not the greatest spot, but It's better than nothing. And I get a pretty good ultimate on all 4 of them. Along with Fiddle ult, and we just destroy them all, basically. Kennen is in my opinion, the only reason they can win fights. Without Kennen ultimate, they're kind of screwed. Maybe a Leona ultimate too. But that's their only form of disengage, in my opinion. And if they lost that, which they did, they didn't get any use out of it, they lose the fight. And there, I also was able to get a good ultimate that helped Fiddle get his ultimate off and Ari to clean up. If you notice in the beginning too, I had to flash out because... Here, we'll go back a bit. Okay, yeah, so right here. So I TP in. And the 3 of them should turn on me and kill me. That's what they should do, either that or focus on someone else. Whoops, come on now. This recorder is kind of slow at times. They should turn on me and kill me immediately. And that's what I was worried about, so I flash out. And I just let my team clean up the fight. Because they used too many cooldowns on not being able to get a kill. Kalista did die, but it doesn't matter. We turned the fight, and we won. Okay, so we end up getting Baron, not too big of a deal. Just farming up. I just want to push the wave a bit. And we're pretty strong. That was a decisive fight. So long as we don't screw up in some way, we should win this game. I got my IE. At this point, I want to get a Banshees, so I can just like do whatever I want. Warrens is enough to fight off Draven, but I didn't want to just buy a Ruby Crystal. I couldn't buy the full Banshee, so instead I just got a Giant Spell for more health and durability. And I decided to upgrade my trinket. So if you noticed as well, just one moment. I'm like wondering, I was thinking of buying the yellow trinket, the one that Ari has right here. But I noticed that nobody on our team has a blue trinket, and I like to have a good mix. So like 2 red is good. 2 red trinkets are really good, so you can deny vision. A yellow is good just because for more vision, especially if you don't have a second sight stone on your jungler, which Fiddle isn't really a sight stone jungler. And maybe a blue, at least 1 blue in my opinion, because it allows you to do things that you can't do with the other trinkets, especially when you don't have the vision you need and you don't want to face check or get close. So right now we should go for top lane. That's the easiest turret to take, so that's why I ping. Oftentimes teams like don't really pay attention to that when I do that. Like, you should always get the outer towers first if you can. They're much easier to take, and they're worth, I'm pretty sure they're worth more gold after the last patch, so why not take them? So I tell them just take it. I shouldn't be the one hitting it, they should hit it. Now if you notice right there, Fiddle cleared out the vision right here that he saw there was a ward place. That was good for the other team to put it there, but they should be aware that there's a Fiddle in the game. They should be hugging this bottom side of the turret, or at least the left side, so they can stay away from Fiddle. He notices there's no vision. He ults in. They see at the last second that Fiddle's ulting in. It's too late now. Unless they have flashes, they either have to fight or die, basically. That's all their only choices if they don't have flash. He ults in, I ult in, and it's over. Kennen didn't even have time to Zanya's. The whole time I'm tanking the tower, which is good because that's why I got the health and stuff. We win that fight decisively. I go in thinking we can maybe turn on Orianna. I get hit by something, and I'm trying to click away, but for some reason, like, it made me go back in, so I was confused. Good thing Ari's playing well. Got a good charm. Yeah, so I was really confused at this point. It's okay. We won that fight. Got 2 towers, and we're probably gonna get an inhibitor right here. I finished out my Randuins. I have a lot of damage. I can pressure the carries just fine. Um, you did notice that Orianna was chunking me. It's just because I don't have much magic resist at this point. And it's not a big deal. If she's focusing only on me, then that's fine. Because so long as I get my ultimate off and E off, I'm basically more useful than her if she's only focusing on me. So right now we should go for dragon. It's going to spawn soon. So you notice that I click very often, like the team screen. It's just a habit that I have from playing StarCraft a long time ago. And just switching between control groups. Okay, so I know that I just noticed that they blew trinket there. I just ward afterwards. I thought I was right here. I thought I was gonna get caught. I'm like, oh shoot! I forgot he had a Rylai's. So I'm very in a very bad position right now. So I back up. I immediately remove Scurvy, but Fiddle's right here on the right side. So he ults in. We're in a good spot, and I'm pretty sure where's Draven? I don't think he was in this fight. So a lot of the problems with this this game for the other team is that they're not on the same page. They're not like doing the same thing at the same time. I see Kennen. I decide to ult him. Morgana gets good binding and she kills him. Oh, we get dragon. So we're slowly getting farther and farther ahead. Let's see, what is Jarvan doing? So he's just clearing the wave. I think he killed Draven. I'm pretty sure he killed Draven. The Fiddle. I decided to get red buff. Calista should get this, but looks like she doesn't want it. She didn't walk towards it. Usually when I would always give it to like an AD carry. Unless I'm like really far ahead. I tried to bait Morgana, so like maybe if she went in, we would be able to kill her. But I'm pretty sure she saw me when I was heading this way. And she put the ward down. Yeah, looks like it. Right now, we're thinking of pressuring. Ahri goes for an ultimate. Misses the charm. It's not the worst thing, but we should back up at this point. I would rather have a player who's more aggressive with the champion like Ahri, especially while they're ahead, than be a passive player with Ahri. Because then, like, we can't make plays. I'm not, like, Gangplank isn't a champion that makes plays. Like, his slow isn't really enough to start a fight. Unless they're in a really bad position. So we should wait for her ultimate. It should be up fairly soon. It's a low cooldown, especially since she has CDR. I decided to finish... What did I finish? Did I just finish my IE? No, okay, so I just got a bit more health, and I didn't have enough to finish the Banshees again, so I just got a Ruby Crystal and the Elixir of Wrath. So I'm overall really tanky, much more useful than I used to be when I just had a Triforce. So right now we should group and pressure a wave. Top lane so one person has to pressure top lane. In my opinion, we should go for bottom, just because it's farthest away. But it's hard to pressure because they could just have Orianna in the lane that we're trying to pressure and wave clear. We don't have Baron anymore, so it's hard. It's really easy for her to wave clear, and one person can be holding the top tower or the top lane inhibitor. So right now, we need to get a pick. That's what we're trying to do. We tried to get on Kennen, didn't work. So I'm just wondering when her cooldown on ultimate is, because we need her cooldown, her ultimate to fight. So I'm just being very careful, just zoning. And Orianna walks in. So this is a perfect chance. I ult on top of her. Even though she's Zanya's, she's going to be in a bad position after she gets out. It was a good ultimate by Jarvan, followed up by a great ultimate by Orianna and a good Leon ultimate. That's why I flashed out, because I knew that if we were in that ultimate all together, we would lose that fight. So I'm just autoing Kennen because I can. I have red buff. I have a lot of damage. I can't fight Draven though, so I back up a little. And right there, the 736 crit is why I get Triforce IE. If you get a crit, which is it's fairly good, it's like 30% chance. It's not that high, but you just really chunk squishies. It's not very good when they have armor, but for pressuring the backline, it's really nice. So we're trying to get this tower when really we should just go get the inhibitor. We're just tunnel vision too hard. Not the inhibitor, sorry, the Nexus. I'm like, oh, okay. Let's just finish the game. So who was really far ahead? Callista and Ari were really far ahead. That's why we were able to win those fights most of the time. Gangplank doesn't need to be really. If he's really far ahead and you go damage, I mean, like you just kill people instantly. But this kind of build allows you to be a front line, allows you to use your ultimate and not instantly die in a fight. You can just zone and try to like stick to their carries. So that's what Gangplank is good for. Another thing to remember, keep an eye on the minimap, especially in the laning phase. Use your ultimate wisely. The reason Gangplank is good in the laning phase, he doesn't have a really good lane phase unless it's like really early and he starts snowballing against a melee champion. He has a lot of kill pressure early, but after that, he's not that great. He's good because his Q allows him to get more farm, and his ult allows him to get assists and kills around the map. Use that wisely, and you'll be able to get ahead just by playing more passively and just farming up that way. So just use them in that sense, and you'll do fine. So I had a lot of fun analyzing this video and like looking at my mistakes and what I could have done better as a player, like especially team fights and my map awareness in certain places. Like sometimes I would be pretty quick about realizing when I should be there, but other times I was like farming and too focused on certain things. So it helps me as a player, but also might help you guys. Maybe you guys just enjoy watching this kind of stuff. So just let me know and give me some feedback. And if you guys like it, I'll just keep doing them. Besides that though, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.